Okay, so it says here, we have some of Josh's itemised phone bill. It shows 3 numbers plus 2 family numbers who Josh called. And they called him and he messaged on the morning of the 20th of September. Most we know, and they can identify those numbers, but there's one we can't. Out of the blue, I received a call from the Spanish police saying the courts had closed the case, but if there's any new evidence, they would investigate. The next day, they asked for Josh's IMEI number. They call it IMEI number off the back of the phone. And they'd never been asked that before, so they thought, okay, there's movement, they've got the phone, something's happened. Today, they get a text saying, more or less, we know who contacted Josh, so there's nothing new again. I told them to find CCTV to see who picked Josh up from the hotel and checked the number plate of who drove up the road when Josh was found. How hard can it be and how many more failures can they put us through? And this is, to me, like when we talked about it yesterday, because we talked about it yesterday a little bit, yesterday evening, Josh's case. Not too much, Ash, just like 2 minutes. That's why I didn't tell you about it. It just come up when someone asked me a question. All they need to do is identify. As you got in the car, like you said. Yeah, all they need to do is identify either the vehicles in that road, or there must be one CCTV camera from that posh estate that has seen a car pull up. There has to be. Let's not think that people have got these posh houses with swimming pools and they don't have security. I live in a shitty 3-bedroom house and I literally have cameras. I have cameras. I don't have much to protect, but I've got kids' lives, so I have cameras. And it doesn't make any sense. None. That there's no CCTV. Absolutely none. And we know that logically there needs to be answers. And if they had CCTV of Josh ambling into that area by himself, then they would be able to get your family off their back. They would be able to explain to you, look, here's Josh. There's Josh entering this area by himself. It would all be over. So there's a reason why they're not doing this. There's a reason why they're not showing that. There absolutely would be footage to prove Josh walking up to that area, Josh walking into that particular area. Why would you not have that? There must be. See you later, Lindy. It makes no sense to me that from the time he left his hotel to that area, there's not one bit of CCTV. None. Doesn't make any sense. People with nothing to hide nothing. If there's nothing to cover up, you don't do cover up. It would be very easy and so much easier for the Spanish police to be saying, look, I know it's hard for you guys to understand. I know Josh is your loved one, but here he is walking into that area and he never walks back out. He's alone. Because that would, although heartbreaking, you would be like, okay, I accept that. I see on footage that's Josh. And yes, it would be heartbreaking to see his last footage, especially if he's worse for wear or you can't get to him and you're watching, but at least it would give you answers. So for them to say that none exist, that's what makes me think there's so much more going on here. I just don't understand. There was another post I wanted to read actually because I saw there was another update this morning. Okay. Not only did they destroy Josh's body so he never found out what happened to him by not embalming him and leaving him to rot for 12 weeks and forcing us to do a cremation in Spain. We asked for Josh's clothes and shoes he was found in. They've already destroyed them. Hey Dion. Why would you destroy? Well, I don't understand why that would be destroyed. First of all, the only time we ever see evidence destroyed is after years. And if family don't collect it. When a family are asking for those things, it's been less than 6 months. Why would they not give him back? We gave him the itemized bill and they're not interested in investigating. He called and spoke to a Spanish. So he spoke to a Spanish number. A Spanish number as well. Okay. This is good. And like I said to you, I know it seems hopeless and I know even the little bits of information. We now know he was speaking to someone in Spain that morning. We have another piece of the puzzle. 2, okay. So we gave him an itemised bill. They're not interested in investigating. He called and spoke to a Spanish number before he left the hotel. And another Spanish number he texted before leaving the hotel. Do you know what that text says or no? You can only see that there was a text. Bearing in mind, he texted us saying he'd fucked up proper good and proper. So that's really... Oh, thank you, Ali, for saying that. That's really interesting. So this is... So we have more of an understanding now. So how would he... If there's 2 different Spanish numbers and he's gone to straight from the airport in the car to the hotel, where would he have got these 2 Spanish numbers from? So we can only think the taxi driver or somebody at that hotel, the cleaner, etc. There has to be some connection here.